Like civility is just a side piece to the conversation. It doesn't have anything to do with how much you actually know. And it's true, being civil probably makes you look good in the end of a debate. It probably makes you come out looking better to people who don't really care about the facts. They care about optics. That's all they care about is just the optics. I don't freaking care about the optics. Screw optics. I'm not so worried about the optics. I say ridiculous stuff on here all the time. I optics is great, but I'm more worried about the facts. I'm more worried about the truth. Urasama said name calling in debates is pretty damn weak. Urasama says because you were on crack and because they held the laptop until the timing was most potent, like the Dems did with Kavanaugh's stuff, because both sides care more about showmanship than justice. I mean, dude, saying that somebody's on crack, you're not being civil here, okay? You need to value civility. There's no reason for you to think that he was on crack, and if you can't be civil, then, I mean, that's the most important thing, is just being civil here. You can't just go around calling people crackheads all over the place. Project Sadface said the lack of investigation and attention to the laptop story is because it's not real. I mean, no, there's been a lot of attention on it. There's been a lot of investigation. I mean, almost every single major news source has talked about this and gone over it, and there's been a lot of investigation into it. And absolutely none of them have come up with anything substantial. Now, there are claims, and there are claims that seem like they could be real, but they are unsubstantiated claims for sure. They absolutely, like, even the emails seem as though they're real, but none of them say anything substantial. None of them seem to say anything concrete. Urasama said it is real, but that aside, Trump had huge investigations into lots of stuff that isn't real. Like what? I mean, there's investigations into this as well, but I think the only reason that we could know whether or not something is real is if it's investigated. You're talking about investigating somebody who's not even going to be president, somebody who's not running for president, compared to somebody who actually is already president. Project Sadface said if I had something damning on a laptop, why would I bring it to a store to be fixed? Also, why would it be 3 weeks before the election? He brought it there apparently like a year ago or something like that, and then just never picked it back up. And it seems as though the laptop is real. I mean, the FBI has it right now, and they'll let us know pretty soon whether or not it's real. But I think that I think the laptop is real. It's just that nothing's actually come from it that says anything important. Hirosama says, because you were on crack and because they held the laptop until the timing was most potent, like the Dems did with Kavanaugh's stuff, because both sides care more about showmanship than justice. I mean, dude, saying that somebody's on crack, you're not being civil here, okay? You need to value civility. There's no reason for you to think that he was on crack, and if you can't be civil, then, I mean, that's the most important thing, is just being civil here. You can't just go around calling people crackheads all over the place. Project Sadface said Hunter has been looked at by all the panels in government groups, and nothing has come from any of them. And now a laptop is found. WTF? I don't know that Hunter has been looked into. I know that Joe's been looked into on whether or not he had any collusion issues, whether or not he was working with Hunter on projects, and every single time he came up clear. Well, it came from Rudy, so you really believe Rudy? Everything I've heard about the laptop seems like it's been verified as real, but it's true we could be being lied to. No, okay, hold on. The stuff I believe that the emails that are coming from the laptop are real. The claims that come from that though are not. Like the fact that Joe Biden met with the CEO or president of Burisma, that is just thrown out there. There's no evidence to say that they actually met, and even the email doesn't say that they met. The email says, I thank you for the opportunity to meet your dad, Joe Biden. It doesn't say that we already met. It doesn't say like that I thank you because you allowed me to meet him in the past. It says there's an opportunity to meet him. I think that it's very likely that Hunter Biden throws around his dad's name to get jobs and things like that. But there's absolutely no evidence to say that Joe knows about this or that he it takes part in this in any way whatsoever. FBI is investigating Joe Biden for money laundering. We are lied to all the time on both sides. Stop it, Phil. That's fake news. We'll check on that in just a second and see if it's fake news. We lost the feed. Thank you. Yeah, even when the FBI says something is verified, I don't completely trust it. But it seems like politics in general is treating it as a verified fact. Neither side is denying it, right? No, there's all sort when you say denying it, I don't know what you're talking about. There's lots of stories to come out of this. The one that we're talking about right now is whether or not Joe is working with Hunter to get jobs, to get paid money, whether or not Joe's making money off of this, whether or not Joe is actually helping Hunter, or whether or not Joe even knows about Hunter's dealings whatsoever. Project Sadface said, I will be so glad when this orange trash of a person is gone so people don't have to sit around and think up conspiracy theories all the time just to make us all feel better. So you believe the FBI is about this, Phil, but you don't believe the FBI about Russia? True. Tom, likelihood percentage of Trump win versus Biden in your humble opinion? We're going to get to that in just a minute. We're going to finish this Joe Biden stuff real quick. About the laptop possibility being a lie, I'm agreeing with Sadface. Politics might be a big theater to keep us small people entertained while they do what they want. I meant in that scenario, Project would be on crack. Nah, not buying it, dude. You need to be civil, man. Civility is what's important here, okay? All right. So, anytime somebody's supposed to come up with some real facts and information to say that there's actually some sort of collusion going on between Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, the facts disappear.
There's always a lot going on that we don't have time to get to on the air, but there's something specific going on behind the scenes right now that we did feel we should tell you about. So on Monday of this week, we received from a source a collection of confidential documents related to the Biden family. We believe those documents are authentic, they're real, and they're damning. At the time we received them, my executive producer, Justin Wells, and I were in Los Angeles preparing to interview Tony Bobolinsky about the Biden's business dealings in China.
Project Sadface said FBI investigating Hunter Biden for money laundering report, not Joe Bro. True. That is true. Okay.
China, Ukraine, and other countries. So we texted a producer in New York and we asked him to send those documents to us in LA, and he did that. So Monday afternoon of this week, he shipped those documents overnight to California with a large national carrier, a brand name company that we've used, you've used countless times with never a single problem. But the Biden documents never arrived in Los Angeles. Tuesday morning, we received word from the shipping company that our package had been opened and the contents were missing. The documents had disappeared. Now, to its credit, the company took this very seriously and immediately began a search. They traced the envelope from the moment our producers dropped it off in Manhattan on Monday all the way to 3:44 a.m. yesterday morning. That's when an employee at a sorting facility in a appeared.
Oh.
Now, package was
Now, again, this is supposed to be like when the the hard facts were finally coming out. He finally had Joe. It's finally happening. And then all of the hard facts, all of the documents just disappeared.
open and empty. Apparently, it had been open. So the company's security team interviewed every one of its employees who touched the envelope we sent. They searched the plane and the trucks that carried it. They went through the office in New York where our producer dropped that package off. They combed the entire cavernous sorting facility. They used pictures of what we had sent so that searchers would know what to look for. They went far and beyond, but they found nothing. Those documents have vanished. As of tonight, the company has no idea and no working theory even about what happened to this trove of materials, documents that are directly relevant to the presidential campaign just 6 days from now.
Okay. So oh wow, OMG, I can't believe it started a rumor and now can't back it up. Yeah. Tucker proving mail-in voting is flawed. Whatever. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we're going to come back to the Joe Biden story. We're going to get deep into this investigation. Okay. For sure. We're going to get deep into this in just a second. But for right now, I've got Brendan from Dad's Worldwide.